Did you know that Unify's AI agents can also be programmed to inspect the browser? This is great for a use case where you need to see if a company is using a specific technology. Welcome to another episode of Outbound Plays, where in each video I show you one creative outbound idea and how to completely automate it from start to finish. In this video, I'll show you how to design an AI agent that is able to inspect the browser and see whether a company in your territory has implemented a specific technology so that you can automate your messaging around this. For the purposes of this example, we're going to see if a company has implemented the technology called Segment. Let's pop open the hood and get right into it. The platform we're going to be using for this entire automation is Unify. Unify is an all-in-one outbound automation platform, and this is where we're going to build and define our agent, have it go through all the companies in our territory, and automate prospecting for our ICP at those companies and sending them into the right sequence. The first thing we're going to do is define our agent. When you open up Unify, click on the Agents tab on the left-hand side and then click New Agent. Now, I call this agent Does Company Use Segment, and I'm going to run it on the record type of company. Here's how I guided the agent. I said, you're inspecting the browser to see whether a company is using Segment. When a company installs Segment, they add Segment code to their website, app, or server, and in a basic implementation, the code can be a snippet of JavaScript that you can copy and paste into the HTML. I really just grabbed this from Segment's documentation. Then here's the most important part. The agent has to answer this question: does the company use Segment? And it returns a response type of true or false. What we're going to do is take companies that return as true and we're going to qualify them, and then those that are false, we're not going to sell to them. So I ran this on a company that I know uses Segment, and I did a test response. And what you can see here is how the agent is thinking. I'm just going to scroll briefly, but it's showing you that it's going to the website, it's opening developer tools, it's looking at the network requests. So it's actually doing quite a lot of manual work here, saving us a ton of time. And ultimately, at the very bottom, it's concluding true, which is what we would expect. Now let's create our play. Click New Play and create from scratch. And let's call this the segment play. So a play is essentially a workflow automation. It's a series of steps, starting with a trigger, which is what fires off the play. In this case, I want the trigger to run on my territory. Then I want the agent to go through and qualify all the accounts in my territory on whether they use Segment or not. For the companies that do use Segment, I want to mark them as qualified if this returns true. And all of those companies are going to end up in this bucket. And then for each of the companies that are qualified, I'll want to prospect for my ICP or my ideal customer persona at these companies. Let's select a max of 5 prospects. Let's just say in this example that I have 2 very different personas. Let's say I have a head of marketing persona, and let's say I have a head of engineering persona as well. The beauty of this persona feature is that we can prospect for both automatically and route them into the right sequence. Finally, let's say my territory is only the United States. Now this prospecting node is going to go through and prospect for heads of marketing and heads of engineering at all these qualified companies. For those that it finds, I'll want it to loop through all of them and then route them into the right sequence. To set up my routing, all I have to do is say heads of marketing, go to my head of marketing sequence, and heads of engineering, go to my heads of engineering sequence. And that's it. Now, in just a few minutes, I've built a play that runs on my territory, takes all the companies there, has the AI agent inspect the browser, see which ones use Segment. For those that do, prospect for heads of marketing, heads of engineering, and then route them into the right sequence. I hope this was helpful for showing you how an AI agent can save you a ton of time manually searching in the browser whether a company uses a specific technology. Are there specific technologies that companies in your territory are using that you could automate with something like this? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around for the next video in the series. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.